Hello student, welcome to the second class of enzymes biochemistry. In first lecture we have discussed the different classification of enzymes and its basic structure and their coenzyme, cofactor. Now we will see how enzyme work on substrate to convert it into product. So here we will see the mechanism of enzyme action. So enzymes lower the activation energy. In last class, I explained that if you digest the protein in HCl, it required 100 degrees Celsius temperature and few hours, whereas same protein degrade or digested in stomach at 37 degrees Celsius within some hours. Okay, so here enzymes lower the activation energy in body. The energy which required by reactant to undergo reaction is known as activation energy. Means energy which is required to convert some substrate into product is called activation energy. The catalyst or enzyme, they reduce the activation energy and this causes the reaction to proceed at lower temperatures. The enzymes are responsible for the reduction of activation energy, but enzyme does not alter the equilibrium constant. They only increase the rate of reaction or velocity of reaction. The role of catalyst or enzyme is comparable with the tunnel made in mountain to reduce the barrier. Enzyme lower the energy barrier of reactant, making reaction go faster. The enzymes reduce the activation energy of reactant, so all the biological system reaction occur at body temperature at below 40 degrees Celsius. In this image we will explain. Okay, now see, here we have to take some molecule or substance to take it other side. Means here it is the substrate which is we have to convert it into product, but without catalyst it requires that much amount of hill we have to pass so that substrate come on other side to become a product. But if enzyme is present, that activation energy get lower down. Here in second image see, the hill is lower down, so less time, less energy is required to take substrate from this end to another end. So enzyme do exactly same thing. They reduce the activation energy, but equilibrium constant will be same and product will be same. Only time and energy is saved in with the help of enzyme. Enzyme provide the specific environment in which given reaction can occur more rapidly. Enzyme catalyzed reaction takes place within a confines of pocket of enzyme called active site, which is we discussed in last lecture. The molecule bound in active site, substrate bound to the active site, and then it is acted by enzyme called substrate. The surface of active site is lined with some specific amino acid residue with substituent group that bind the substrate and catalyze its chemical transformation. We in last lecture we said that serine, threonine, tyrosine, this some molecule having some specific group occur at active site. To that active site, that amino acid substrate used to get bind. When it get completely bound, the energy which is released is used to convert that substrate into product. After binding, active site encloses the substrate and sequester it completely from the solution. The enzyme substrate complex form is the central to the action of enzyme. Until and unless substrate and enzyme complex will not form, the product will not form. Therefore, substrate enzyme complex formation is important or central in the enzymatic reaction. So, when at the ground state, substrate and enzyme will be differ. When the substrate will bind to the enzyme, the energy will release. When energy will release, more number of bond will form between enzyme and substrate. Then all the bond will form, it reach to the transition state. At that transition state, after that transition state, the substrate will convert into product, and again energy will come to lower down because of breakdown of that previously formed bonds. Then different theories how enzyme substrate complex formation is takes place, because it is the central to all enzymatic reaction. First is lock and key model, or also called Fischer template theory. This theory was proposed by German biochemist Emil Fischer. It was the first model which proposed to explain the enzyme catalyzed reaction. The Fischer said that the structure or conformation of enzyme is rigid. Here substrate is fit to the active site, just like a key fit into proper lock or hand fit into proper glove. Then active site of enzyme is rigid and pre-shaped. But model does not give any scope for the flexible nature of enzyme, and due to this model totally failed to explain many facts of enzyme reaction. For example, effect of allosteric modulator. Then next theory was proposed by Coastland. It is also called induced fit theory or Coastland model. Coastland in 1958 proposed a model for enzyme substrate complex formation. According to him, active site is not rigid and pre-shaped. The essential feature of substrate binding site are present at nascent active site, means it is not active complete forming active site, it present nascent active site. When there is an interaction of substrate with enzyme takes place, it induces the conformational change in enzyme, and then that resulting in the formation of strong substrate binding site. Means when substrate interact with enzyme, it induces the changes in enzyme, so that nascent active site is converted into complementary to that substrate, and strong binding between substrate and enzyme takes place. During this conversion of nascent active site to strong active site, appropriate amino acid of enzymes are repositioned to form active site and bring about catalysis. This model has sufficient experimental evidence from X-ray diffraction studies. Coastland model also explains the action of allosteric modulator and competitive inhibition on enzyme. So here you can see this structure is not complementary to this. So this is the nascent active site, which is not as it is complementary to substrate. But when substrate is bind to the enzyme, that is the repositioning of amino acid in enzyme will take place, and it will form complete complementary structure to substrate. So here according to Coastland, this enzyme active site is flexible and nascent form. Then third theory is substrate strain theory. Substrate is strained due to induced conformation change in enzyme. When substrate is bind to the enzyme, it induces the conformational change in enzyme. Due to change in the conformation in enzyme, it also strain to the substrate also. When substrate bind to preform active site, enzyme induces the strain to the substrate. The strained substrate is leads to the formation of product. The combination of induced fit model with substrate strain theory is considered to be operative in enzymatic reaction. So here, this is the enzyme, this is the substrate. They are in nascent active form. When substrate is bind to the active site, it induces the conformational change in the enzyme. When there is a conformational change in enzyme, it induces the strain on substrate, and then this, due to that strain, substrate is converted into product. In most enzyme, the binding energy used to form the enzyme substrate complex, means the strain which produced during the conversion of nascent active site to active site, whatever the energy is released is used to form the enzyme substrate complex. It is just one of the several contributors to overall catalytic mechanism. Once substrate is bound to the enzyme, properly positioned catalytic functional group aid in the cleavage, the formation of bond by variety of mechanism. It includes general acid-base catalysis, covalent catalysis, and metal ion catalysis. When substrate is bound to the enzyme, different catalytic function or different acid base or covalent catalysis or metal ion catalysis takes place and substrate is converted into product. So first is acid base catalysis, which takes place when substrate is bound to the enzyme. The role of acid and bases is quite important in enzymology. At the physiological pH, histidine is the most important amino acid because it is protonated form, function as an acid and its corresponding conjugate as a base. The other acids are OH group of tyrosine, SH group of cysteine, and epsilon group of lysine. The conjugate of these acid and carboxyl function as a basis. For example, ribonuclease cleave the phosphodiester bond in pyrimidine loci in RNA. So here you see this is the substrate, and here when it bind to the substrate bind to the enzyme, here the HOH, H plus OH here acid and base. So here base is transferring to the substrate and it forms the transition state where there is a partial bonding between HOH and substrate. Then immediately that OH is bound and hydrogen is released. So here H and OH is involved in reaction, that's why it is called general acid base or acid base catalysis. Next is covalent catalysis. The negatively charged molecule called nucleophilic or positively charged molecule called electrophilic group. These are present on the active site of enzyme. This group attack on the substrate that result in the covalent binding between substrate and enzyme takes place, and due to which substrate is converted into product, which comes under covalent catalysis. In some, for example, in serine proteases, covalent catalysis along with acid-base catalysis occur. Means whatever the reaction is takes place, not single reaction is takes place alone, which is responsible for the conversion of substrate into product. In previous we see that induced fit theory along with substrate strain theory, fit is essential for the or required for the binding of substrate to enzyme. Similarly, for binding, after binding, again you require either acid base catalysis along with covalent catalysis, or not single reaction is sufficient to convert substrate into product. Then chymotrypsin, trypsin and thrombin, these enzymes work like on the basis of covalent catalysis. Now we will explain how acid covalent catalysis function. So here in enzyme there is a functional group OH is present on amino acid, and here the substrate. Here there is a covalent binding between here H and XH as release, and O form the covalent bond with C group of C double bond O R. Here XH as release and covalent bond is formed. Then again water is added, and again there will be the change in the structure. Here there is a different structure, here will be a different structure. Means here substrate bind with covalently here, then again water is added, different molecule means product is formed and enzyme form at its. Because we in first lecture we say that enzymes are not used up during enzymatic reaction, they form at the end of reaction, but during that substrate is converted into product by adding some reaction or conversion of that molecule into another molecule. Then entropy effect. The conversion of substrate into product is due to entropy effect, or entropy effect is also included in the conversion of substrate into product. The enzyme bring the decrease in the entropy of reactant, as entropy means randomness or disorderness in system, but enzyme bring the decrease in the randomness or disorderness of that substrate. This enable the reactant to come closer to the enzyme and thus increase the rate of reaction. Until and unless reactant will not come in contact with enzyme, substrate will not convert it into product. Therefore, entropy this enzyme decrease the entropy, disorderness or randomness in reactant. In the actual catalysis of enzyme, more than one process are simultaneously takes place, like acid-base catalysis, substrate catalysis, induced fit catalysis, covalent catalysis, and entropy. This help the substrate to attain the transition state, which is we explained previously, which after reaching to transition state, that substrate is lead to the formation of product. Then enzyme specificity. All enzymes are not work on all substrate. So here some specific enzyme will be act on some specific substrate. That's called enzyme specificity, that we will be explained. Enzymes are highly specific in their action, means one enzyme will act on one substrate only, not to the other substrate, due to which thousands of enzymes are occurring in biological system due to their specific nature. Specificity is characteristic property of active site, means active site which is specifically bind to a specific substrate. There are three types of enzyme specificity are well recognized. One is stereospecificity, another is reaction specificity, and third is substrate specificity. So first is stereospecificity, or also called optical specificity. The stereoisomers means the molecule having same molecular formula but different in their structural configuration. The enzyme acts only one isomer and therefore they exhibit the stereospecificity. For example, L-amino acid oxidase, they will act on L-amino acid, they will not act on D-amino acid. Similarly, D-amino acid oxidase, they will act on D-amino acid, they will not act on L-amino acid. Similarly, glucokinase will act on D-glucose, amylase will be act on alpha glycosidic bond, and cellulose cleave the beta glycosidic bond. That's why we cannot digest the fiber. Your human being cannot digest the fiber because cellulase enzyme is absent in human being. So here we explain the stereospecificity. So here there is a one specific stereospecific structure. Here you see oxygen is downward side, whereas is oxygen here above side in alpha 1,4 linkage glucose or starch here. Okay, oxygen is on downward, whereas in cellulose having beta 1,4 glycosidic bond, oxygen is present on upper side. So amylase will bind here and complementary site will form and this molecule will get breakdown. But here there will be no complementary structure will form between substrate and enzyme, and therefore it cannot be act. Therefore from this we can say that enzymes are stereospecific. Stereospecificity is explained by binding of distinct region of substrate with complementary region on the surface of enzyme. Only isomerase enzyme do not exhibit the stereospecificity because they are specialized in interconversion of isomer, means one product into another molecule. Therefore, except isomerase, all enzymes exhibit the stereospecificity. Next is reaction specificity. In reaction specificity, the same substrate can undergo different type of reaction. Mean one substrate can be act by different enzyme, but the product formation will be different. So substrate will be catalyzed by separate enzyme. This is called reaction specificity. For example, amino acid undergo transamination, means different or same amino acid or different amino acid get undergo transamination, then oxidative deamination and decarboxylation. Here for example, Here the lactic acid. Okay, this is the single substrate. Now it will be acted by lactate to monooxygenase to form different product. Same lactic acid will be acted by lactate dehydrogenase to form different enzyme, different product. Again, same lactic acid will be acted by lactate racemase, different enzyme, form lactic acid. Then again lactic acid act by lactate malate trans dehydrogenase, form different product. Means same substrate will be acted by different enzyme and form different product. So here reaction specificity depend on the enzyme. Then substrate specificity. So substrate specificity varies from enzyme to enzyme. It may be either absolute, relative or broad. For example, first is absolute specificity. The absolute substrate specificity. So here enzyme acts on only one substrate. For example, glucokinase will act only on glucose to give glucose 6-phosphate. Glucokinase will not act on fructose, mannose. Okay. Similarly, urease only act on urea. These are the absolute, only one molecule. They will not act on another molecule. Then relative substrate specificity. Here will be some scope as compared to absolute substrate specificity. So here some enzyme acts on structurally related substance. Here that enzyme act is depend on the specific group or bond present in substrate. For example, trypsin enzyme hydrolyze the peptide linkage involved in arginine or lysine. Means trypsin will break the protein or peptide only on when that peptide will contain arginine or lysine, then only it will break. Similarly, chymotrypsin will cleave the peptide bond if there is any aromatic amino acid is bind, then only chymotrypsin will cleave nearby to that aromatic acid. The bond specificity of glycosidase acts on glycosidic bond carbohydrate is come under also relative substrate specificity. Then here third one is broad specificity, which is more broader than relative substrate specificity. So some enzyme acts on closely related substrate commonly known as broad substrate specificity. Here hexokinase. Hexokinase, for example, acts on glucose, fructose, mannose and glucosamine, but not on the galactose. In absolute specificity, glucokinase act on only glucose, but hexokinase is come under broad specificity, which act on glucose also, fructose, mannose and glucosamine. The structural similarity among the first four compounds make them common substrate for the enzyme hexokinase. That's why hexokinase exhibit the broad specificity.